Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan, the first daily scan of 2014. Today is Thursday, January 2nd, 2014. And on the news front, we have jobless claims, PMI manufacturing index, ISM manufacturing index, and construction spending coming up for today. All could have positive or negative or no effect on the actual market movement for today. While I'm here, there's one other thing I wanted to show you, and that's that I would, if you want to learn about how this whole printing money thing is working, or how it works, and why it works the way that it does, and who's really making out on it, I would recommend to you that you go to this Why Gold and Silver location on YouTube and come down here. Just go ahead and type in all together Why Gold and Silver, do a search on YouTube. You come here to this particular channel for Mike Maloney, who's, he runs a company that sells gold and silver, but what he's doing here is actually telling you, maybe with a bit of bias, that could be, but he does explain how the whole printing money and the bond market and all that works, and who's really making the money out of it. And you come down here, you actually go to his channel, and then you want to go to this playlist and just go ahead and hit the play button. And what's going to happen is the very first video is going to come up, and you'll have a list of the rest of the videos here in the series, and you can just watch one right after another. Each one is approximately a half hour long, roughly between 20 and 30 minutes. He does a very good job, really nice graphics, and makes it pretty easy to understand. And I watched this series over the holidays, and I got a little bit more insight into how all this craziness, how all this craziness works. And it's a little scary, just a little scary. Okay, let's go and take a look at the markets across the pond. In Asia, we are mixed. They closed the day out mixed. And in Europe, starting the year off pretty bearish at this time. And that's pretty significantly bearish for the most part, except for this FTSE Men in Black here. And so for us here in the States, the U.S. market, let me do this here. The U.S. market is looks like it's going to have a bullish open. Gold is above 1200 with a big move overnight. And where are we here with oil at 98.78, still up there. I think before the holidays we were around 97, 98 for the most part. So we're pretty much sticking around there for right now. And I wanted to quickly show you here how we ended up the year. Actually, I had a couple of trades this week. This was the, let me get over here so we can see these notes here. This is, I think this was like a one-day trade here on Google. I got in the morning and got out later on in the day. Took the profit. This was a 20 delta trade. So we probably were looking for around $1 on that one, and I got out at 35 cents. The FedEx trade that we were watching previously ended up losing 15 cents on that one. And maybe it was Celgene that I got out early. I think this was overnight, and Celgene was in the morning and out in the afternoon. So I ended up with a $145 gain for the week before Christmas anyway. So that's where that ended up, and we'll be keeping track of it. This is it for 2013, at least since we were keeping track. So we looked at a little bit negative. So we're going to be, there's nothing the week of the 28th. I did enter a trade, but it did not, I didn't close it. So we roll over into 2014. So we'll be starting anew, I guess you might say, on that. All right. So what I'm probably going to do is just, hide these columns here and start over with the new one so it's all clean and fresh. Okay, so covered the futures, covered this and that and everything else. Let's go take a look at what trades I opened up and why I opened them. First, we'll take a look at Priceline, which is the first one that I got into, and I got into that on the 26th. It says here, and I could take a look at this, and I got in at 15:35 on the 26th, and let's take a look at what things look like then. So we have a green, green, and green after a solid red down to approximately the 20. It wasn't exactly there, but it was pretty close to it. It was close enough for me. So that afternoon, just before the close, half hour before the close, I got in on it. And then the next day, looking at it around 3:30, I saw green, green, and red, which is saying, well, you might want to prepare to get out of this. And then the following day, it just took such a quick digger on me that when I looked at it at 3:30, I was already almost at max loss, and we can take a look at it over here. So here we are risking 275 to make 225. And we are currently at 230. So, the way that I figured it at that time was, why get out of it and book the loss when it's almost at max anyway? So that's the exception to not getting out, I guess you might say. So what happened on the day before, or on New Year's Eve, was it actually started to move its way back. So this is where we are right now. We're green, green, although we have violations here like crazy, but I'm just going to stay in this now. We got 2 more days. We'll see what happens. The other one that I got into was LinkedIn with a bear call. I had done one back here previously, and that one worked out well. So here we have we have a red, and then we have a solid red all the way down, and we got in just a little bit late on this. We have green, nice solid green one going up here, almost up to 80. So then we get to the red, and we have on this day here, this candle here, we had a red and a green, and then on this candle we still had a red and a green, and then I waited until this day, which may have been a little bit late. I don't like to, this is the 3rd day of this move down here, and it may have been a tad late. I would like to have seen the MACD turn red quicker, and it didn't. But I got in on this day, and now we're kind of questionable here. So now we're still red here, but then we went green on New Year's Eve last Tuesday this week, and I missed it because my alarm didn't go off on my phone, and I think I was watching a movie anyway. I think I was watching Up with the grandkids. God, I love that movie. That is such a great movie. Anyway, so I missed that. And that's my fault, and I violated my own rules, and you all know that I do that all the time. All right, and the other trade that I entered is BIDU, And here we are on this day. We have a solid red down without any greens in there, and we go well below the 20 on the MAC or on the stochastic, and then the MACD turns green right on that very same day, so I get in. This is the level that I got in at 175, and the next day we're still green, so that's good, and then here we're green here, and that's still good too. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this today, because we're up 145 on it, so we're already at over 50% profit if we want to take a look at it this way. We're looking at, we're almost at 50% anyway. This one, because I was so far out of the money at the time when I bought this, so I got a lot of, or so far in the money, I got a lot of, a pretty good credit for it. So my credit, here, this is wrong, my credit was 228, and my risk is 272, so we're sitting at 145, and that's better than 50% right now. So I'm going to take this off of here so we don't get confused. Alright, so we're in pretty good shape with this, so I just may get out of this today, but if it keeps moving, marching solidly, I'll just stay in. And we'll see, we'll see how it works out. Okay, so that's it for what happened over the holidays, for me anyway. So now we're going to quickly, and I do mean quickly, run through the scan, because this is how it looks now. See, Apple's looking really good here. Day 1, day 2, but this might be day 3. So on Apple, I would not wait until the afternoon to get in, because we're running out of time to get in on this particular play. So I may do this one early in the morning. So I'm putting an alert on this one. And where are we at here? We're at 561.02. Yeah, 565, that's good. Alright, moving on here. AGG. I don't see anything there. Broken red line here on Amazon, so there's no play there. Boeing. I'd like to see it a lot closer to the 80 here, so there's no play there. Baidu, we had a nice, we're in this, so it's looking really good. Celgene, we have a broken red, but if this continues down, we're pretty close here. It's, in the 70s, so that's pretty close. If we get a good, nice, solid, pretty red one, it's got to move down a little bit more of an angle, more like this one. So this one's kind of like blah, so I think I would take a pass on that one. Chipotle didn't come down quite far enough. This is not close enough for me. Costco, not down far enough, but a nice solid red line, but I would like to see it a little bit steeper. Chevron, we have a nice solid red line developing here. We'll see if it continues. Igor, we're looking for a solid green up and then a hook down, and we're not getting it here. FedEx, we'd like to see a nice solid red moving down here, but we're not getting it right now. Gold, missed a play on this actually, or maybe we might be setting up for one here. But here we have a nice solid green up, and this would have been a good time to get in here, I think. We'll see how gold works out for this year. Google. Come on, data. Come on, data. Here we go. We're not getting an entry here. We would like to see a solid red line come down here, and we already have a violation here. IWM or RUT, however you want to go for this. This could be, we need a little move up here on the MACD, but this could be one for later today. I might look at this afternoon and see how it looks. LinkedIn. We have a nice solid red down, and now we're moving up, but we're in a downtrend. So this is, first we got to look here. If it's red, we're looking for green, a solid green up, and then a turn down on the red. And like I said, we're just a little bit late in entering that one. There's so many green 50 MAs that it's just a habit to look for bull puts rather than bear calls right now. So I have to be careful about that. Green violation there doesn't give us what we're looking for. 3M. Scotch tape is, a lot of people use a lot of Scotch tape probably over the holidays. Come on. There. Whew, man, it took a long time. This is a good play here with the green upward moving average, but we didn't quite come down far enough here. Marvel's not really one of them. Okay, Netflix. Nice move here. This would be a good entry for Tuesday afternoon, and we missed it, so we could still enter this morning if we get price movement up here. So let's do that. We're at 368.17. We're looking at 370. That looks good to me. All right, price line we're already covered. Let's take a look at RUT. So yes, RUT green, nice solid red down, not quite far enough, but might be good enough. We do want to look at that this afternoon, either RUT or IWM. And let's take a look at SPX. Oh, no entry on SPX. Tesla. Alright, so Tesla, we had an entry here. Right here we had an entry for a bear call. And didn't pull the trigger on that. So now we gotta wait. And last but not least is Visa, and we have no entry there. So that's it for today. Apple and Netflix we have alerts on, and we want to look at IWM or RUT this afternoon at 3:30. So alright, fellow option traders, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.